Welcome to the new episode of The Automated Empire. Build your empire and automate the rest. So, my goal is really to help people, young entrepreneurs like me or new entrepreneurs like me, who don't know much about technology, but they grind every single day and they want to make sure to not spend any more time than what they need to, so then they can go and spend time with their family. So, the idea of all of this is to learn how to use AI to your advantage, because what we want to do is to build the AI on the back end of whatever you do. And so you can spend more time in doing the things that require person to person, belly to belly, eye to eye. So the whole point of this is to make sure that you guys know what I am building. I want to tell you everything. And especially what I want to say is that I have the proof next to me of somebody that has started like a mom, because that's what she is. And she knew nothing about technology. She knew very little about fitness. And now she's running a full studio, one of my two studios, almost on her own. Welcome to my podcast, Vanessa.
Thank you for having me, Robbie.
Been a long run, 2 years already, working together.
More than two.
More than two.
More than two.
Yeah. Um, okay, well, let's go back to the first time. I just want you to point out from your point of view, what was the level of understanding that you had of the first Robbie, and then the very, very first when I reached out to you. We're talking, what was that, March 2024? And then up until now, what was the evolution and what it meant to you to working together?
For the whole 2 years.
Correct.
So, how we met is actually Robbie found me from LinkedIn because at that time I was in between the jobs. I was open for opportunity. He messaged me on LinkedIn. I ignore him because
Thank
I
you.
wasn't looking for any personal trainings job. At that time, I was really looking for opportunity to become a sales manager in particular. Because previously I was doing a salesperson, didn't have the opportunity to become a manager. So I really want the opportunity. It is hard to find the opportunity without being in the company already. And I was feeling a bit disappointed with my previous company that wouldn't give me the opportunity. However, I first ignored Robbie because I thought he was just looking for a PT, but I don't want to be a PT. And then,
I wasn't looking just for a PT, by the way.
but that was the opening. Are you a PT going into the management
Correct.
positions? That's what it changed my mind. I thought about it, but I didn't reply. And then on the weekend, he messaged me on the Facebook. I was like, oh my God, this guy is stalker.
I hunt down my praise.
Yeah, so then I go, okay, well, if he found me on Facebook, that must be he really just want to talk to me. So we connect on the LinkedIn, and then we talk on the phone the next day. I was living pretty close to the studio, so I came in pretty much like 1 hour later after we talked.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where my journey started. I have minimum experience on training people. I told him I have the qualifications, I just didn't start training people. And I want to train people, but I don't know where to start. But I'm really good at sales. So I was selling him that how good I was at my previous work, and I won all sorts of rewards.
True.
Yeah. The only thing is I didn't know how to do one-on-one training. That's why I didn't want to do personal training. He said that's the easiest things to do. Okay, if I can learn that and then progressing into the position where I wanted, which is the sales manager, I think I'll give it a go. So that's where I started. And then the first few months, it was really tiring because I was actually learning how to be a great trainer, because I know in foundation I really want to help people. So I need to learn how to train people properly. With the skill that I already have to be the good salesperson, I progression. I help the studio grow in the short time, and then, but at the same time, I was already in charge with half of the sales,
Yep.
and then at the same time learning. I think through the coaching from Robbie, really teach me how to be a good trainer. Not long. I remember I started working with him in March, and then by October, I was one of the top hours in the
Oh,
network.
100%.
Yeah, and then that was the time I feel really proud. I can actually become someone that I physically, with my skill, that I can help people, not just selling for someone else's. So I was really happy. And then soon later, I got promoted as a sales manager after 14 months.
Way before somebody else was approving it, eh? Yeah. So I couldn't care less.
So taking on board with this position is actually more than just doing the sales. Being a manager is not just being a sales. I learned on the way. It's not easy, definitely not easy. It's much easier to be a trainer. Now I know what you mean. Being in the leadership role, I know I need to look at all different angle, not just myself, not just me to my client. It's actually me to the team and the whole bunch of clients. So I did learn a lot from Robbie along the way for the last 2.5 years. I'm still learning. I'm still not perfect. Still, we always have the argument.
10 minutes ago.
And then we're still learning how to managing a team together. But I do find myself the most important that I learned from Robbie is doing the personal development. It's important because you overcome yourself. I became a person that, how do I say it? Become very protective. I became the mother of the studio. I want to protect my client. I want to protect my team. So I don't think I will ever become a person like this, although I'm a mother. So I think it's natural. But I do see different point of view. It's very important, and then really trying to understanding each other, and that's how a whole team can work together.
I have a question for you. Where do you think you overgrown me?
Where
Yeah. Which skill do you think you overgrown me?
you probably wouldn't agree, but I will say emotionally, we both are very emotional people. A lot of time we talk a lot to each other with emotional words. Can be good, can be bad. I do find myself this month, not in this month, like recently compared to, a year and a half ago, I am much more stronger compared to before. Sometimes I think this is the growth I see myself become. I know guy is not as emotional as girl most of the time. You are very emotional. You know that. I do see sometimes with the experience that you have in the leadership, sometimes I do see maybe this is the point where I am a little bit, I wouldn't say overgrow. I would just say that I grow a lot. Yeah, compared to before.
I think I had to grow into the leadership with a lot of hard work, and I feel like I'm still not there. Where you have more natural leadership, where you attract people. I have to do a lot of work to attract people. You don't. This is probably where you overgrown me. So if I have to pick a leader, I would pick you over me. Where if I have to pick somebody that has long vision, I would pick me over you.
Yeah. I would say maybe because I am the mother of the studio, so I tend to be more caring. Caring about the other people's feeling.
Yeah,
And
I see more numbers, you see more hearts.
yes.
True. I now have a little activity for you. Yeah. So you got something there? Yeah. Brilliant. So I'm gonna don't touch.
What is
I'm
this?
gonna pick the R, which Robbie picks, and I'm gonna ask you a question. I don't know what the creative director has prepared for me, Chloe, but what does Robbie actually do all day? Spoiler, nothing all day. No, I'm joking.
Robbie do a lot of different things. From 2 years ago, what he did consistently all the time, and then until now, he's still doing something that consistently, just different. So I'll say 2 years ago, like what I see Robbie is he's someone that trains every single day, 2 hours a day, consistently. And then if he says he's gonna do something, he will do it consistently every day. Whether if it's a personal development, whether if it's exercising or like continuously training other people as well. So I do see that. Now, what do you do every day? I see you still consistently training the people, but your people might be different characters. In the past, we have a smaller team. You probably just need to train trainers. Now you have 2 studios, so you are consistently training the teams.
Even different roles like admin and salespeople.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
My-
You gotta pick something with a V because that's for you, Vanessa,
Too much.
and ask me the question.
Robbie, what did you hand over but secretly check up on?
Oh, everything? Nah. I handed over a lot of sales activity, marketing activity, and I definitely check on all of that. And you know what's happening if I see an activity not being done. So yeah, and plus the bookings and the people being booked properly, permanently, for like in their spot, proper spot, and the people doing the things that they're supposed to be doing with their clients. That's probably one thing. These two things, most of it. I'm gonna also answer what I handed over and I never check, which is all the admin part. I cannot stand a single piece of admin part. That's all on Rebecca. She can do it. I will never look for it, and she just tells me, "Done it." Tick tick tick. I don't even check it. No
There's no
once.
secret.
That's
No secret checking.
yeah. There's the secret checking. It's not, because then as soon as I see something that is not being done properly, I always call people out. So, and I'm very vocal, so I say things. Yeah. Okay, that was good.
Your turn.
My turn. By the way, we didn't know about this. What is the dumbest thing Robbie asked you to do? I already in the back of my head, probably I got already 2 or 3 that I know of.
Too many. To be honest, I can't think of anything. I think a lot of things that you ask me or the team to do, I do sometimes don't agree or don't understand. I wouldn't say it's something that I would come up with something dumbest. It's just you have your thought, like you say, have a bigger vision, a longer term future. We don't see it, so maybe at that time we just think, why? So I can't, like, to be honest, I can't think of things, like my brain doesn't.
Maybe not dumb, but maybe something that you don't agree.
I don't agree.
We want to talk about recruitment?
Recruitment, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will say something. This is something that we literally just fight about half an hour ago. I don't agree that you only want to recruit the highest ego to start. I believe you can recruit ego as well. Well, of course we want to recruit ego. That's totally agree. But I do think not everyone is an ego, and you can bring the
It's when I went away on holiday that I did very deep learning, and I said to myself, the biggest thing I need to do is to work on the egos, work on the leaders. So if I can work deeply on the egos will then be able to pull all the gears up to us, up to our standards. And so the bar raises, and everyone who's a turkey or a chicken, like I like to call them, will stay at the bottom, and eventually they will go.
100%. I agree.
Okay.
Next question.
Now is your turn.
The last things you did that made no money.
It was hiring probably about 2 to 3 sales representatives that never really got us any new client. For the sake of hiring just somebody with the mindset of Vanessa will be able to bring them up and just buy back some of her time. The truth is, you still need to go through very deeply about their development, but also about the people, the actual people. So not skipping any step of an interview, being really specifically and be very thorough with the interview process, because then if you miss any piece, you just throw people at the problems. And that's probably a flawed strategy that I've learned in a very hard way. So now instead we're going a lot more targeted. We're going more direct to the problem, and we're actually trying to find the people we're hiring against that particular problem that we have.
Yeah. I do think during the interview, we can ask all the harsh questions.
Yep.
But most of the time, people won't answer it honestly.
That's right.
So you can only find out maybe 70% of the truth.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. In the end, you can never make the perfect choice in life. But at least by following a certain system and not skipping any steps, you can minimize the risk of making mistakes. And also, I always start with the fitness test, because you already see people if they start making excuses. I do the fitness test with everybody. I do the fitness test with the admin people. I did a fitness test with my creative director. Hey, Chloe. And that's because I just feel like the fitness test is the perfect way to see if somebody already look after their body, and plus if they come in with excuses, then you already know, well, if they make excuses about 15 minutes of exercise, imagine the amount of excuses they will make if there is a problem to solve.
I remember my first fitness test.
Oh, let's talk about that. I love that. Every minute of that.
I wasn't very fit, although I will call myself a like to exercise. I was definitely not fit at all. I think the most I ever could done the push-up on toes is maybe 9 or 10 maximum. And I did that. And then you say after the toes, if I can't do it, then I can
go on the knees.
Go on the knees. And very surprisingly, I did push myself towards to another 20 on the knees. So
that's correct.
I made 30 push-ups. I was very amazed with myself. I remember the fitness test. It's actually the potential, especially the beep test. I didn't know what was the beep test. I learned about it, but I never known about what the beep test is until it was in my head. I couldn't run. I couldn't chase that anymore. But then it's so close. Let me just reach out to the next level. That's still in my head. I remember, let me just go another level. I don't know what is the good level, but apparently it was really crap.
Yeah, but in saying that, let's not forget that what we're looking for is the attitude. And you had an attitude of hunger. I want that. I want that job. I want that opportunity. You saw the vision. You saw where this job would take you to, and therefore you wanted to chase that. And that's what really gave you the job. Yeah. And I look back and I'll never regret.
100%. I
100%.
agree. If you are in the fitness industry, regardless which position you're in, you have to look after your self fitness.
That's right. Okay. Ooh, that's awful. Perfect. Something Robbie will be shocked to know you handle. Oh.
Something you'll be shocked. I don't know. I don't see myself as a surprise. Maybe.
Because you have a lot of courage.
I do have a lot of courage. You'll be shocked maybe how I imagine myself right now. If you throw me onto the stage full of people, talking to a lot of, managers, CEO, whoever that is high end, I could probably still have a good conversation with them. Because we do have a few clients that is CEO and
CEO,
very good, high, mature people, but I can have a very good conversation with them. And which I don't see myself doing that 2 years ago.
Now, let's talk about that. Do you remember when I wanted you to train Ewan Morton from Morton Real Estate, by the way? So it's training 8 years with us. He looks better now than 8 years ago. You do remember, very tall, very strong, very direct and influential person. You were scared of him.
I was very scared.
What did I tell you to do?
You said you have to train him. Once you train him and you break that wall in between you two, then you can train anyone. That was true. And I think you might be shocked at that time how I started that conversation, how I broke the wall, to be honest.
No, you told him that you were scared about him.
Yeah. So
You shocked him, not me.
I shocked him. I say, Mr. Morton, okay, I'm very scared of you. He goes, oh, really? Why? He is 195 centimeter tall, white, mature guy. I'm this short Asian girl. He was laughing, and then he asked me why I was scared. I said, because every time I ask you, how do you feel about the session, about the set, you say, fine. As a trainer, I don't know what that means. Can I push you more, or should I reduce that? He said, that's your job. You make decisions. So I think we started with that conversation. We end up having a very good 1 hour goal sessions. And then ever since then, I enjoy every moment training with him.
Yep.
And then he understands as a trainer, yes, it is our job to tell you what to do. We know the plan, but we also need to know how you feel. So as a client, as the guy that need to be trained, you need to tell your trainer how you feel. Is it too hard? Is it too sore? We need to be able to adopt it.
Yep. Very good. Your turn?
My turn. What's a task you secretly still enjoying doing?
Oh, that's definitely the interview. The interview, yes, 100%. Well, secretly, it's not secret. I don't have secrets. That's the thing. I should be having more secrets. Because that's boring. Robbie, that's boring. But definitely, yeah. No, look, the sales part where we do the consultation, I enjoy doing that. I also enjoy training the team, especially when I use the whiteboard, because I like to teach. Yeah, probably these three, like the interview process, I still enjoy it. I think I enjoy the hunt. I really, really enjoy the hunt. When I hunt people down, I've learned from one of my mentors, By the way, Cody Sanchez, if you don't know her. She's a great entrepreneur in the States. I always like what she says, and I truly believe it. I never found an A player, she says, I never found an A player that has applied through my ads. I always had to chase them down. So B, C players will always come through because nobody chases them. Nobody chases them. So what they do is applying because that's the last resort they have. When instead, if you hunt people down that are not looking for you, they are typically the A players. So probably the hunt is something that I still enjoy. I've hunted you down, obviously, clearly, and I've hunted a few more people that we have in the studio, and yeah, I have some regrets. For example, I have a person that I hunted, hired, and then that person left the company. So yeah, look, there are a few situations there along the way that I've learned. I don't know if it's secret, but probably people don't know this. I hunt a lot. I hunt for talents non-stop. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Ooh, this is neutral. There is no letter. Ooh, what's this? Oh, words higher. No names.
No names.
No names.
Please.
Yeah. If it's a female, we can call her Mary.
Mary.
Because we never had a Mary.
Okay.
And if it's a male, we can call Stephen. Because we never had a Stephen.
Okay.
Just talk about what happened. Oh.
Mary.
Mary. Let's talk about Mary.
Let's talk about Mary. Mary, during the interview, did you hunt her, Mary?
Oh, you gotta continue because
Okay.
we had a few Marys.
Okay, we have a few Marys.
But maybe one was worse than the other.
Yeah. So Mary, maybe you hunt her, maybe I can't remember. At that time, we were looking in specifically for a female trainer because in the position where I was, and I was out of the capacity, and we really need Mary to be on board. She came in, did an interview, everything's great, with all sorts of promises that she can give us the availability at this time. We gave her everything. And then we said, we're gonna train you, we're gonna full stop, like full onboarding, everything. And then times goes by, rookies program. So all the trainer that comes on board, that we need to train the trainer to be, to experience what the client is experiencing. So we really need, just like the fitness test, we need the trainer to have the result. So rookies program experience, it's something that all the trainers need to be doing. Everyone need to have a very good result before and after. Week 1, week 2, week 3, still no result. Week 4, all of a sudden she's so busy. Week 5, she can only work 1 day.
Okay. I did not hunt her down. She applied through the normal website. There you go. We got, I think, where we got really felt the sweet taste in our mouth because she was one of the targets. So she was a specific target for a specific population that we know we need. And so rather than looking at the true story, which now we would using AI, at that time, we just felt like this is an opportunity, let's go with it. What's the worst that can happen? And the worst happened that we wasted 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Good learning. So we don't skip any procedure.
And also we ask the fifth person, which is the AI, to help us rating these people. Now, there is not a single interview that doesn't get recorded and put the transcript through my AI chief stuff.
I started using that with my interview as well. It turns out really good.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it should be. I was just hoping that we started earlier. We only started 6 months ago.
Well, we're only learning through our mistake, right?
True.
Robbie, finish this sentence. I don't touch ... anymore.
I wish I could say sessions But we know that some clients really want just a certain person, otherwise they want to churn out. Although that would be the next stage, because sacrificing probably a couple of clients would mean also I'll have more time to build more, to train more, to hire better, to do a lot of different things. So probably if the first thing pops in my head, I would say sessions. I would not touch sessions, like actual personal training sessions. And plus, I look at myself and literally, I know my skills, I know my experience, and I've done this all my life. But I think it's also the time for me to kind of step on the side and let the young people really go through that phase and really do what they need to do. So otherwise they never learn. Like I really do not like when I'm on the floor doing sessions and I see a new trainer sitting on the couch and doing their own admin or their own learning. True, learning is good, theory is good, but I think also the practice is what really, really gets you through that part. I don't think you would have learned how to talk to people like Ewan if you didn't train Ewan. By doing it, just by watching me doing it, or just by learning it through videos and quizzes, it would never got you through that. So if it was me, I would not touch a book, like a learning book in terms of like academic book ever. Now, thank God there is Notebook LM anyway. So thank God I don't have to touch books anymore. I can just listen to podcasts while I'm learning things. So that's amazing. Yeah, there you go. Now, I want to ask you that question. I would never ever touch ... anymore.
I wouldn't say sessions. I would like to keep minimum of sessions, but I can't take more sessions.
Yep.
Any more will be something like coming from a sales manager's point of view. I will probably say making the sales activity, but I really, really wanted to train my team to be the top of the sales person, the sales consultant that they can do, and I can give them advice. I do enjoy training them.
Yep.
Like the other day, I was training my new guy. When he's making the phone call, that drives me nuts. But I love it because seeing him actually successfully booking the trial, too, actually,
Yeah.
it was really fulfilled.
Yeah, fulfilling. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And then today they were doing the outreach without me even being there.
Yep.
And all three of them,
Did really well.
great.
I was there
yeah,
drinking coffee while they were working.
it was so good to see those results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's true. And I agree with you. I think where we're going towards is we need to continue to make this system. And we did start. We just need to continuously put that more effort into teaching them, because the level of the speed of their learning would mean also for us stepping away from the actual task, more auditing, training, approving, reviewing, and that will actually speed things up. Because if we already know what to do, but if we continue to do what we do, then we become the bottleneck.
Yeah,
And that's
they
what,
won't be able to do
my
it.
coach, Dan Martel, always tells me, Robbie, you are the bottleneck, you are the problem of your studio. And I agree. I need to step away. And in your own area, which we know the area where we are, you also need to, at some point, not now, but at some point, step away a little bit and let these people do stuff.
I agree.
Because at that point, rather than having only one person, you now suddenly have 3, 4, 5. Even if they are the 80% of what good looks like, it will still be better than having 100% and 10% or 5% of them.
100%.
Yeah. No, I agree. I have another question for you now. Just pops in my mind. You were the fastest promoted from rookie to trainer to sales to sales manager to manager in the whole network of the history.
Yeah.
Now, what's next?
What's next?
Where do you see yourself next?
I see myself, especially this year, my growth inside me, in my brain, actually it's another level. I would say like even last year you promoted me. Like last year, July, I was already a manager, but I was never ever be able to train my team the way that how I trained them. Um, I want to continue in this journey,
Yep.
at least this year. I need to be able to be such a good trainer, as in training my
Yeah.
team, right?
Mentor.
Mentor. Um, I want to, so I don't want to skip the step.
Yep.
I don't want to move too fast, because if we move too fast, sometimes we think, there are little pieces.
We skip steps. Yeah.
I want to continue developing my skill in mentoring people. Yeah.
So the, now I want to challenge you a little bit, as you know, I like to challenge you. So if we were talking about the end of the year, we are basically in September. We're in spring. So there are really less than 6 months left to the end of the year. Where do you see yourself from January till next June? Where do you see your next step?
I have a team that they can run themselves without me being the mother of the studio. I can be the aunt. I can be looking at them on the side, enjoying training a little bit of my client, because I do have a few clients that only want to stick with me, and I do enjoy training with them because we build a strong friendship relationship with them. So I can come in just to do simple tasks, knowing my team is mature enough that they can run themselves. That would be my dream for next year.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think, as I said, you've got the strong leadership that is very natural to you. You don't have to make too much effort to be attracting people. Everybody naturally like Vanessa and like to be around Vanessa. They trust you. Last year, everyone was coming to Robbie when they had a problem. Now everybody's going to Vanessa.
Because I'm the mom.
That's right. I think your next level is on the other side of you really started looking at 360 degrees, because my vision for you, and I'll tell, maybe I never told you, now I'll tell in front of everybody, is I see you as a general manager, so even above the sales management. As you know, we split the room of managers in 3 different areas: retention or customer success, the sales part, and the trainer development, right? So we have 3 strong people at that. I want you, and I enjoy seeing you training people, so one day you can promote your own sales manager, and they report to you at the top. Because at the end of the day, the strongest leadership in the studio is yours. And so I see yourself just basically being running the studio on your own, and me not even needed to be there. The little gap that I can see still is you sticking to the systems.
Sorry, I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini, yes. So one day is a yes, and one day is a no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, actually, Robbie, I have a question for you, because I know you told me how to build an AI prompt, and for a lot of different things. And one thing that we both agree, and also within the team both agree, or all agree, that is you build an AI to listen to all the record, all the transcript, and then give you feedback. How do you start with this idea, and how do you actually prompt this?
Well, I didn't start with the idea. The idea didn't begin from Robbie. It began from having a personal development program with my coach. I mean, investing $25,000 every year to be coached by who I think is the best of the best, which is Dan Martel. And obviously him being a former SaaS academy coach, I think I've learned a lot about the IT part. which is something that I never struggle with, but never really dug into it. So now I've learned that by building a system with AI and you record transcripts, which has different tools. Sometimes we use Otter AI, sometimes we use Granola, which by the way, I think is the best. Also have my little devices here and there, which I don't have now, but normally I bring it with me. So I can record everything. And then rather than ask for the summary or straight away the dot points from the particular app, we just created a transcript vault. And from the transcript vault, then my AI agents that I created goes inside the transcript vault every time a new transcript comes in. Say, we're now talking about the interviews, but it covers a lot of different things. Yeah. So covering the interviews, every time we interview somebody and the particular transcript goes into the vault, it picks the name of the candidate and the agent creates a different folder for every different candidate. And from every different candidate, I always I taught the AI bot, the AI agent, that needs to mark the candidate against 4 different pillars. There are the pillars that we hire and fire people against: performance, communication, accountability, and culture. So out of 5, all of them, and then it gives the mark, the final mark, which is an average. Anyone below 3.5 gets automatically cleared up. They will not progress. Every time there is a new interview of that person, it goes inside and it gives the full analysis and the full mark. So that's automatic. So every time we do an interview, even if I'm not in the room, say, you guys will have an interview next week, which I will not be in the room. So it's all up to you guys. As soon as the transcript goes into the vault, my agent will come in, read it, sends me a message straight away and gives me the full mark and says, no go, do an extra interview, and these are the questions you need to ask specifically. It's a yes or no answers, or go for it. Yeah. Recently, our last 3 hires, one did 3.8, one did 3.9, and one did 4.2 out of 5. So these 3 won against all the other 30 or 40 candidates that we had in the last 30 days or 3 months. Yeah, between 30 days and 90 days.
Not only with the interview, I found you asked me how do I see myself grow. I do remember 2-3 months ago you showed me the AI agent that you built, and then you sent me the feedback that AI sent it to you about me.
Yeah.
During our management meeting or one-on-one meeting, I read it really carefully and I really take the feedback thoroughly. And then I think that's why I can grow into the position where I am right now, like with the mindset. So definitely AI is someone that is emotionless.
Correct. It's not biased. It's not biased. So you just need to train it against certain particular marks that you look for.
And then if you need the AI to be the leader, the coach, the mentor that helps you and give you true feedback, you learn from the mistake. And there's no shameful. It's in between you and the AI. So you can actually talk to the AI. I find that really, really interesting. And I learned a lot from that prompt. So I'm started doing that.
Just a little disclosure, prompts are about to go. Prompts are almost no longer used. Now we're working through the loops. So right now, building agents, so like prompt almost gone. So you will see the LLM probably disappear very soon. And when I'm talking about LLM, you know that, like for example, using Claude will have chat, co-work, and code. The chat part will probably go, or being embedded within co-work or code, or they will invent something different. Reason why is because now every single piece of AI, tool AI, there are millions, they all go with agents. So you will need to customize, personalize, and create your own agent, which will create a loop. You give it you don't give it the prompt anymore. You give the goal. You give the outcome. The agent will do the rest. You don't have to do anything else.
So you can't chat with the AI anymore.
No. You can, The only difference is that you don't have to open Claude anymore. You might just need to make a phone call to your own AI agent or text them. So it's completely different using Telegram, for example. Yeah,
Interesting.
that's a new story. Yeah, you will see that happening very soon. Similar for the apps. All the apps, when you open the phone and you see millions of apps, they will be gone by 2028. Probably 2028 to 2030.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, yeah. So this was a great run, Vanessa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I want to conclude this with one last question. What would you suggest to all the moms that have never been into any kind of company like we are, which they probably don't have the confidence, the self-confidence to probably build what you have built and grow the way how you grew so far, and then probably also embrace the AI to help them to actually speed up the process of growth, because that's what it is. You just mentioned that by me teaching you how to use the AI, you can actually grow faster because you have the advice of somebody that you're not emotionally attached to, so it's not biased. So my question to you is, if you want to speak to a person that lives maybe locally to us, or maybe in the rest of the world, or somewhere else in Australia, what would you suggest to them to do right now?
I would say first things to the moms out there, whether if you are working mom or you are stay-at-home mom. It's very interesting. This morning I was listening to my church sermon, actually talking about workplace. Workplace is actually where all the people bring the value, bring the source to a company, and then you drive this company together to work. Everyone has their own value, and you have to believe this. This is including the stay-home mom. I was a stay-home mom for 10 plus years. I didn't think I have the value, and the fact that I come out with a strong personality right now after a few years come back to work, I see my value being the mother of the studio. So stay-at-home mom, you also have a lot of value. You look after the children. That's the greatest job ever in this world. So first, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in you can create the difference. You have the value, can create, and for the change for the company. Once you have that value and set in mind, and you can do everything. You can do cooking that can bring the value for a restaurant. You can look after your children, then you can look after a team. You have the building manager inside you. So whether or not if it's in the fitness industry, technical industry, any industry, I don't know. I don't work a lot. So for me, in fitness industry, I go and learn the skill that I want to be in, and then I bring in the value into this company. So always remember yourself, believe in yourself, you have the value. And then second step is you have to seek for the development. You have to have that skill, whether if it's mindset, actual skill, physical skill, go and learn. Don't ever stop learning. That's the personal developing. Now we have the internet, the resource is so broad. You can learn everything, everywhere, anytime. Using the AI, that helps me to become the person who I wanted to be. You need to teach your AI. If you don't know how, ask the AI how to train the AI. So I ask my AI if I want you to be my mentor, to give me feedback. So you can see what I am doing this right now. That was the record. Should I be doing anything better? And what is the good thing that I do? It's very important to staying positive. You need to know you are doing something good, but you also need to hear the feedback that you need to be improved.
Exactly. Some people don't want to hear that harsh feedback, but that's actually what grows them. And this is why we do what we do, especially in our studio, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to listen on how good they are. But the true growth start from a hard conversation. Vanessa, I cannot thank you enough for being here and for giving so much value to the people in our studio and in our community, but also in my show, little show. So thank you so much. I think in the next 6 months you will be again probably into my podcast, because I'm sure you would have grown by then, and also you will have more value to add. And probably the AI will be completely different. So we will talk about something completely different again.
Probably.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me, Robbie.
Pleasure.